Hootsuite than we need. Like we've
Yeah.
got, because we've got the paid platform.
Yeah.
I think, Adrian, I think you're still doing it through, I don't think you're posting direct on Hootsuite to Twitter from the MineOps stuff, but you can.
Oh
Because
yeah. What we should have done is set up, I think,
connected that,
have we got if this then that?
we do, but I don't think you need it because you can post direct.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, it's just you can't. It's just the character limitations, isn't it? I think. Yeah.
See, I just thought it was already connected, so if I did it through Hootsuite, then I'd be posting it twice.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I think it's. I don't know if it mucks up sometimes.
Let's check. Yeah, we'll check that. So we were actually just having this conversation because you're actually one of the rare clients that actually has Hootsuite Pro. So because you've got the two, we're actually Hootsuite last week from the 5th of April advised, we'll probably copy you in so you know what's happened with that because it's something you may want to consider. But Hootsuite Hootsuite, the free platform, has gone down to no more than 2 channels. So basically, that's problematic given we go to most people's LinkedIn company as well, and no more than 5 scheduled posts at any one time, right? So clearly they want everybody to move from the free platform to the professional, which you're on. But unless you do have 2 businesses, it's the current rate's $69 a month. I know you got it slightly better than that, and you paid it up front, but that's a lot. So anyway, we're shifting all of our clients this week to another platform called Publer, and that gives us capacity to do 5 networks. It's still free at the moment. And the upgrades aren't silly. They're like $10 a month and $20 a month rather than larger amounts. But anyway, it's 5 accounts. 50 scheduled posts, and so that is an alternative if and when you get to the end of and you think, okay,
I am already. I think
you're already there.
The annual would be pretty close.
Do you want to have a look at that then?
Yeah.
So I think you should probably. I wouldn't advise, even though you've got the 2, you're only probably using it. So we'll still probably anyway. The problem is that you're paying for something that is not the best value. We can't even use it. So we should look at that on your Hootsuite. We'll just see what the sign up date is, and you'd have to just make sure you don't pay it effectively.
Yeah. Because I think it'd be really soon. And the other thing is that Hootsuite, I think it's forcing us into 2-factor authentication, and
the 2-factor.
So it's going to be a pain for you guys to use anyway.
The 2-factor. Let me just. You want to sign into Hootsuite from your end, Adrian? Anyway, do you want to just?
I'm just logging in now.
Yeah, you want to sign in? In fact, if you log in, we can even share from your end. That might make more sense rather than sharing from my end, if that's okay.
Sure. Sorry, I'm just trying to picture share.
You're not logged in, Adrian.
No, I'm not logged in.
Cool.
Is that the wrong screen? Or is it the right screen?
It's not coming through yet. Just do another click, maybe 2 clicks. Oh, there you come. Yeah.
Here we go.
So I've got to work out where my thing is. There.
So go manage my plan. Yeah. Billing cycle. Where's it talk about?
It's not till May.
May 20. Yeah. I'll send you details, as I said, as to whether around Publer. I'll do that by the end of the week, so you've got the details, and then May 20. Yeah. We will make that note, Adrian. Yeah. Effectively, what we'd do is you'd create a Publer scheduler for MineOps.
Yeah.
A Publer scheduler for Stabilize. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Yeah, and it includes Google My Business and YouTube as well. So you can actually schedule through. The Google My Business is interesting that you can actually schedule through to Google My Business. We haven't started practicing yet, so we don't know. We don't know what we don't know about what it doesn't do yet. But it's exciting what it looks like it should be able to do, right? Because so that's the upside. Cool. You might as well keep sharing. Let's do that. Can we? Or unless you want us to do, you want me to do the ad from my end, and you just talk it through?
Yeah.
Prefer that? Yeah, no worries. Okay, cool. because okay, so I'm going to go back to sharing from my end. Yeah. I think it was fair to say you are. We're all okay with this because this was how it was posted. We're okay for this one to be promoted the way it is. Yep.
Yep.
Looks good. So then it's just a matter of going into that.
Do I win the award for your highest reach organically?
Yeah, you would well and truly win that, I reckon. It's a great argument for that sense. In fact, I even had it just recently from the Footscray traders. People, because we're using a particular model, that's not very engaging content, right? Well, this is a great example. Create purpose-built ad creative content. Yes, you can still get organic reach. Yeah. So it's so I don't know what it costs to get the creative content done, right, and the ad created, right, but it just depends. So it just shows you. But if you do it and it's done well, yeah.
So I think it's outdone their own videos now. But I think that's 22,000 on YouTube plus, because that's
awesome on the YouTube
that's
too.
the second post as well, because they posted it on their social channels and then we shared it as well, and then so I think it's got more than that. It's still interesting. When we got reviewed, we got 50,000 views. So that was a free, like someone did a review on one of our apps.
Is that from that article?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would have thought that this would have done better than that, but it didn't.
Yeah, but you're right. This is a absolute great example for us to show others in terms of what is possible organically with the right content. Because most people would say there's no such thing as organic reach nowadays, right? So particularly on Facebook. But
it was the groups when we posted it to the closed groups. That's what
does it. Yeah, and look, now knowing that, that's the only way and you don't necessarily have to have the best content if you're actually able to get it onto certain groups. But so that definitely is the way to go. In lieu of paying. It's always best to do that before you then go and spend any money.
Yeah.
It's what we're doing as well, right? So, let's, if that's the ad.
Are we going to create a new audience first?
We will, but I think probably we'll just do it while we're doing the ad, right? So, so the main purpose is to get them to where we want to get them to, which I think is, let's go back to here, is essentially here still, right?
No.
But do you want to get them to the Google, or you want to get them to the App Store or to the Google?
It depends what phone they're on.
Right.
I want them to pay for the app.
But basically, if I go here,
you still have those links in the ad.
Yeah, those links will stay in the ad. But what I'm saying is, if I go here, can I go then get it from Google Play and App Store? That's why I'm sort of thinking it's probably from the way we would do it is probably the best way to where to take them to. As you said, it gets away from the one or the other. So let's do that for now, if that's okay. And then because we've got all the anyway, let's go through this process step by step, and that way we'll just talk things through as we go. So traffic is the first thing. I'd almost encourage, just because the ad is creative and because you have shared it to groups, I think your best value spend is just to do it to traffic, is not to be not to promote it for awareness, because you've kind of had a lot of people, then they might tell friends and you've already got that happening, right? So first thing, just because we've got the same, we'll just put MineOps in front so we can sort of have a filter of when it's stabilized, if we're doing anything, and whether it was MineOps doing things. And this one starts off, are they all going to start off potentially in the future? Will they also be like deep fried?
You could do.
Because I wonder whether we should, because what's the name of the Mine ad provider?
Smart Cut.
So maybe let's call it Smart Cut.
So obviously I've got to work out when the next one's going to go. He's keen to release it, but I wanted to wait until we did this first.
Yeah, so I'd go Smart Cut, Mining Boom, video. I'm going to call it 1, right? So that way, then the next time we might be such and such video 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that way we kind of know what we're looking at. Smart campaign budget on. We're just going to do $5 a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is that there. What we'll do is we'll just edit the audience that we started with. So up here, mining, dynamic creative, website, and we're not going to put a setup, but we're going to use a saved audience and edit that saved audience. I think it was drilling's really low. Surveyor.
Drilling's probably the right audience.
We start with drilling, yeah. Let's start with drilling and let's just work our way through it. Yeah. I mean, the other thing is, if drilling is the right audience, that's a good. So I'm going to go edit here, right? And then let's work out what else we haven't got in then. So at the moment, the drilling is they're interested in underground mining. Sorry, this is probably small on your screen.
No.
But it's interest underground mining hard rock, and their job title is superintendent, driller, mine engineer, and site foreman. The reason I wondered, 18,000 is a very small. I mean, you've already achieved greater than that reach. But once you're trying to get people for traffic, the likelihood is you're probably for $5 a day, you're probably going to get 3,000 to 4,000. So, it'll be interesting to see how long it would take to get to those 18,000. So what else do we want to add in here, I guess is what I'd be saying. Is 28. So we've got Australia. That's big.
You could change the country.
Yeah. So, well, that's another thing. Are you using it? Is other countries going to use it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could do Canada.
Yeah. Cool.
South Africa.
So then what you're going to have then is well, why isn't that coming up with Canada? There we are. That question you asked me before in terms of so how do we go organic reach? If we're now going global like this, so normally what we try and do, as I think I've said to you before, we try and sort of pinpoint the cities, but because of the nature of this audience, if that's what you reckon, I reckon go into the places that you're wanting to get looking at it, right? So
can we go continent, North America and Africa?
Well, you're probably Well, so Canada's clearly go United States. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how we maybe take a little note, Adrian, how it knocks it up. From Australia was 18,000, United States.
I can't see.
Sorry, I'll tell you. So United States and Canada knocks it up to 98,000 with that title. You said Africa, or did you want to? Yeah, Africa. Should we go South Africa to start with?
Can do.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, I think so. Can we go Ghana?
Yeah.
I bet you don't normally. I have people asking for things like that.
No, I haven't had Ghana before. That's the first.
They're like, what? How? Like, can we? Let's see how that goes. Because we can always increase the countries, can't we?
Yeah, we could basically call this. We'll just create this audience. So that's 120,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, funnily enough, is still of a size that's kind of less than what we're often promoting to. You know what I mean? Yeah. So 120,000. New Zealand. Should we add New Zealand? Is there any mining in New Zealand or not really?
And also New Guinea. Yeah. Or free. Like if we want to do a particular thing, like you do Freeport, Mongolia.
So where's Freeport?
No, Freeport is that's a mine in New Guinea.
Okay, let's go New Guinea. As you said, probably New Guinea, yeah.
Yeah.
That probably won't change the stuff much. No, that didn't change anything. But there you go. But
Do you want to add New Zealand?
yeah, let's do New Zealand. That's an obvious one. That may not change it too much either. What's the mining like in New Zealand? Never even heard.
Not huge.
No, no, they didn't change it much either. Who did you say? Mongolia. So
Yeah.
you're into, let's see, Eastern European, isn't it? Well, that upped at 20,000.
I don't know if I was going to start having language issues next. I'm already having people wanting it in feet and inches.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right, so we'll go.
The problem, right? If you go mining, like it really is kind of global. That's the issue.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you can only do, you know, Europe and South America.
Is there anything in the interest under other than I'm comfortable with this on the basis of how much this is, right? So 140,000. Normally, if we were to go and put all those continents in, if we haven't got the interest right, that would be more like 14 million. You know, so in your case, it's quite specific, clearly in terms of who's interested in underground mining and that their job titles. Is there anything that sort of stands out to you? Do we have to? What about the actual tool itself? Should we type anything around? You know, what does it talk about? It talks about surveying.
No, so it's more for the driller. So this one, the problem is that when we looked at it last time from memory, when we created this audience, we tried different words and there wasn't any that kind of fit.
Exactly to what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, because like the tool, like the drill would be called a jumbo, but I think last time it ended up, I think like a lot of them didn't fit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's nothing. Yeah. So superintendent. So clearly the job titles driller, they're good, and clearly when they work into underground mining, which is the clear thing, there's nothing around other than underground mining that could sit in there. You don't think?
Not really.
No. Well, I think it is
really specific to underground mining.
So I'm going to call this. So we'll save it as new, right? But clearly it's just a bigger version of. Where is that going? Saving. Where did that go? I just click Save New.
Yeah, so that's saved it because you didn't change the name in the audience.
Okay.
It's saved.
It's saved what it was though, yeah?
But the potential reach hasn't increased.
Oh, actually, I don't know that it has. So mine drilling, yeah, so...
Yeah, it was 140.
It went up to... That's right, so... There it is, that's the one. It just went back... Is it?
No.
No, it was drilling.
No.
It didn't save it as new.
It's still saying verifying your edit details down the bottom. So it's still saving.
Oh. Okay. All edits changed.
Saved.
Okay. So go back to...
Yeah, so is the audience bigger now?
Let's see.
No.
Well, that's a bugger. I've just been through the process. Anything doing the audience in the ad.
How are all your new marketers going?
We're getting there. We know we're so there's only 6 of us now. So I'll say only. That's still we're happy with that. But it's sort of we're into the sort of the final financial quarter. So again, we were hoping that this is the sort of where the rubber hits the road. In terms of this, they're all. Was that? They're all. So I don't reckon that did anything. Sorry. So we're certainly much more advanced than we were this time last year. We didn't have any of them last year, right? So it was just me and Adrian. So, but yeah, there's still work that we're all sort of doing to mainly bring on new clients. To be honest, that's the main difficulty. So everybody's capable at doing the work. It's just getting the work. I think I'm going to have to do this again, but I'm a bit. I wonder if I do. See, you're right, Adrian, because what I did was save as new, but it didn't basically.
It was still showing it was verifying that it saved it. So there should be a new one in there.
All right, I'm going to close this for a second. Close. We'll come back to it. Realistically, if we get this saved audience right, then we're kind of done.
Yep.
We'll just then promote that post. So that was the main thing. Let me just go to the saved audience and see if there's any chance that it's saved it into the saved audience. So what I'll do is I'll just duplicate this audience actually in the audiences section, I reckon.
Yep.
Yeah,
No,
so
it's not
it just looks like it's just, that's it. So apologies, but I think I can recall, all we changed was the geographic locations,
yeah.
wasn't it? So
You've got it recorded too, Steve.
I have got it recorded there, that's right. Yeah, okay, yeah. All right. I'm going to work upwards. So New Zealand.
Joanna, did it tell you which social networks was disconnected in Hootsuite?
Just got an email this morning.
If you're still logged in, it will show you if you click on.
New Guinea. Ghana.
It says it's stabilized.
Yes, I think Steve will have to reconnect
No, I think that's just the name of the account. So
okay.
Reconnect you in Hootsuite. So you said in Hootsuite.
How do you spell Ghana?
GH, isn't it?
GH, that's what I'm missing, yeah. Ghana. United States.
LinkedIn.
Okay.
MineOps or stabilize? Because if
Don't
it's
know.
stabilize, then Steve will have to do it.
Oh, yeah,
But
I
if
can
it's
do that
MineOps,
easily.
then I'll
Yeah.
have to do it.
No worries. I'll do that today when I go and schedule, yeah. And Canada.
I was thinking about, like, you know how I posted the thing on my degree on LinkedIn?
Yeah.
So that's gone a bit crazy, actually. But I was thinking about sharing that on the Stabilize page.
Could do.
Like, I don't know if that, like, not that I don't like self-promotion. Like, I feel
I'd put it, but again, I'd put it on the website as well, potentially.
Oh,
You reckon? You don't like doing that?
it was a lot for me to do what I did.
Particularly when you did the, what do we say about you on, do we say anything about you on Stabilize on the website? I just don't ever promote or say anything about you. It's unlike the other one, right?
No, but there's 3,000. So I think I've got 3,000 views of it. I just wondered if that would help boost Stabilizers.
Yeah. So what I would do is, so what we could do on LinkedIn, for instance, I can just grab your post and share it across to the LinkedIn company. Because of the public nature of LinkedIn, you can do that. I could do that on Wednesday, for instance. But we wouldn't be able to do it on Facebook, but I don't think it probably matters on Facebook, right? So I can just do it on Wednesday if you like.
Yeah, I did post it on Facebook, but I think my profile is private.
Yeah, exactly. So now let me just double check I've got this right. Australia, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, South Africa, Ghana, United States, and Canada. That was it, right? But there were 100. No. What else did I forget?
I missed some.
So you go up again?
Yeah.
Mongolia.
Mongolia.
But I'm not sure about Mongolia because I think you have language issues.
Okay, so let's not do we'll just do English speaking for now. Ghana's probably speaks
There's
English.
Lots of expats over there.
Well, that would be the thing. I mean, are you in any And is it the same sort of mining in any of the Middle East?
Yeah, but like a lot of them, so there's Ghana, Tanzania. You can add Tanzania in there.
Yeah.
And what we could also, can we add speaks English?
Yeah, in Tanzania. True. English speaking. Tanzania. Did you say something else then?
Congo, we could do Congo. I bet you, not your normal audience.
Congo. Or actually, Republic of the
Yeah.
Congo. Yeah.
Yes,
Let's do
can we add-
Mongolia as well then, as you said.
and then add English speaking, yeah?
And then just go down the bottom and see if so that's 150,000. Search languages, we just write English.
Put in AU, UK, and US. Put all of
Yeah.
them.
I think you just go English all, yeah. I wonder whether that it did actually drop 10,000 off, so that's
Yeah.
actually good. All right, now
You could probably bump the age up from 55 to 60.
yeah, true. Oh, where's that? Hang on, it's possibly down lower. You just don't have it. Maybe don't have an end age.
No, I think an end age is
60?
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, 60. What did that do? Yeah, that changed it as well. Yep. All right, now I'm going to just
Change the name before
mop.
you save as new.
Mine drilling, and we'll just say,
International,
yeah,
global.
yeah. I was going to say global English speaking, maybe. Now, should I just update it rather than save it as new? Are you happy just to have it as an update? Because we're not going to use the other one, probably. Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Cool. Okay. Okay. Now, let's do this ad. Oh, by the way, it's probably not an issue, but me and Adrian are on as our personal Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
We actually have Stephen G's and
Yeah.
and
I thought you
Adrian.
had it both right at the start.
Andrew. So maybe that's right. Yeah. So it was right at the start. I think we now both manage the page using the other one, but we're still on Ads Manager using this one. Okay. Well, that's good. At least this is still here in draft. What is that on? Sorry, it's a bit freezy.
No, my internet was terrible this morning. I got one up and 2 down.
Really?
And I reset the motor and went up to 100 up and 20 down. Or the other way.
Was it 100 up, 20 down? What does that mean in terms of downloads and stuff? Yeah.
Upload
Yeah.
download speed.
100's good though, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, it was better. It was better than when I had this morning. It was 1 and kept dropping out. I couldn't even listen to Spotify.
I listen to Double J generally, and then download them to Apple Music if I like it.
Yeah.
All right. So all we do here is just update the target audience. Right, traffic is still the same.
Do you hear from anyone else at the Dream Factory?
It's funny you ask that because someone did just speak. Oh, you know what? I had a 5-year-old birthday party. Yes, 6-year-old birthday party yesterday, and one of the ladies worked in co-health, and she was speaking about it. I don't know. Yeah, so other than that, probably only Brian was the only one that I saw when I went back. But the answer is probably no. I did speak to the.
Are you still at home?
Yeah, I'm still in the. Yeah, I'm still in the garage
Do you
at the
think you'll
moment.
stay?
This financial year, at least, I reckon, for now. Yeah. How about you?
Like I think we'll end up back in the office probably, like you said, next financial year.
Yeah. Here's that one. So that did at least update that in here as well now. So that's good. That's what it should be saying. Yeah. It's probably just the you'll find it probably even more so, but the travel time too, in terms of,
It is.
you really have to weigh up the positives against the negatives, right?
No, I just think for managing people, it's
So
just
for having people,
funny
yeah.
thing.
For us, the thing is, it's interesting where it's come up. Yeah.
Like with 160, I thought it dropped down to 150 when we changed it to English.
Then you change the age and it brought it back up.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Interesting what it
I think you passed it.
I saw mining carton. Oh no, sorry. I was looking at I was thinking I was looking for the ad account, sorry. Right, mining boom. You're probably right. There we are, MineOps software. Yep. Oh. All right. Let me just use existing ad or use existing post. You might have to help me identify this one, because even though it's the pinned post, it doesn't set up in here as the same. It should be easy to identify because of the engagement on it, but it was done on what date? March. It's this one, is it?
I think it's the next one down. Is it there? Don't be like.
Oh yeah, don't be like deep fry. There it is. Yeah. It is obvious. Yeah.
17 shares.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. And add our call to action button, which will put it on both Instagram and here. The thing we could do, what's the best call to action naming, do you reckon? Do you just
Download?
Download is good, yeah. Download, but it'll take them, and we take them to the site. That's a good one. Yep, awesome.
Fourth tab along.
Oh yeah, I've already got it open. My bad. This is why we do it together. Save me time. Ultimately, someone tells me what. All right, get rid of all the gobbledygook behind it. Oh, not / smart cut. Yeah, update post. The pixel's already gunning and going, so that's good. And I'm thinking, unless anybody has anything that they're, I think we've got that in. So it'll have the download there, which is perfect for what we want it to do. That's great. Looks good. And it's going across the globe at $5 a day, which will be really interesting given that the organic you've already had on it. In terms of that'll be interesting to see just how that does take off. One thing that has changed for these sort of so we've just recently started a bit of a relationship with Reach Local for those sort of businesses that are gunning for us to sell lots of stuff, right?
Yep.
Or get lots of subscriptions or more that sort of stuff to lead pages, all that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. So we have got a relationship with them, which what they would do with something like this, particularly where it is a download, is they would probably look at testing different audiences and testing different, and they spend a lot more time on the test and the reporting around the test, but they also look at your landing pages and the connectivity through, I'm confident with this one because, as I said, the investment here is in the ad.
Yeah.
So that's where it should work, but it's just so you're aware that, because what we become aware of, they only really work with businesses that are spending $15 plus a day. Yeah. So that's the first thing. And then when they're talking to certain people in their industry, depending on how competitive it is, even then it's just trying to get their expectations, understanding, business models. But I think in here, you've already said that you've had a bit of interest as a result just from the organic, right?
Yeah, so I've already, I think that, so the downloads have gone up. It's not returning great on the downloads, but I'm getting interest in the other products as well.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well. So again, now is just keeps it bubbling, right? So I think that was what the intent was, wasn't it? Right? You've got it out there. You're getting the benefit of the mining boom themselves. You've got the benefit of being across different channels. You're basically gonna now keep the bubble going, right? So and then you've got another one that's due. So as you said,
How long do you reckon?
Well, I think the thing that you could do with the next one, you might want to wait till the end of the week just to see that this takes hold and just get some early sort of indication. But really, probably the flow through might be, well, okay, let's load up the next one and then let it go for its 3 weeks, share it the way you shared the other one, and then let's see if it doesn't perform equally well. And at the same time, you'll know what the other one's doing from an ad perspective as well.
So last time we let them share it on their socials.
Yep.
So Sam went through and analysed how everyone had done it in the past and which ones had got the biggest traction.
Oh yeah.
So we let them share it on their socials. We shared their post on ours.
Yep.
Then we posted it, and then we posted it to one group. Then we posted it to the second group, and then we did the paid ads.
So that's right. So you don't. There's really no advantage you sharing their post to the groups other than by association. But there's definitely advantage in the first. The first thing would be to share their post for the first week, as you said.
Yeah.
So then it's going. The second week you would then share it to your. Because that about right time wise? How long did you find till it sort of fizzled a bit? So usually it is a week or two, maybe. Yeah. I don't know with them how long it took. We
noticed, because Sam noticed that when people shared it and it was staggered, by a month, they got a bigger traction. They got more views and things.
Yeah. So what we would normally say, when it's, again, just for any post, is it's that sort of the 24 to 36 hour cycle, when you're sharing it. So even when you're sharing it from their platform, the reality is it's going to take that 24 to 36 hours initially, but because it's popular and then you're putting it to groups, well, you're not going to put it to groups till later, right? So that's the thing. Because it's popular, then they can be sharing it themselves. That's the thing. Did you find that they were sharing it from Mining Boom's side as well, or no?
No.
Nobody else shared it other than you?
Oh, no. No. So the people who were following Mining Boom, they shared it. But
shared it, correct, yeah. So that's what I think you got to wait. So you got to kind of hope that first week when Mining Boom have shared it, that you're not the only one sharing it. You want to hope that others are going to share it. Then when you post it to your page, then you share it then we can share it on. So in other words, we just have an idea that, okay, you've told Mining Boom now to release the next ad. So we're going to see how that goes over the next week or so, and then we're going to post it to you across the channels to the other channels, right? You said YouTube. When you were talking about YouTube and YouTube reach, was that for Mining Boom or for MineOps?
No, so they posted our ad on their YouTube channel.
Yeah, so that's where it makes sense because it's literally a channel for mining. So, but you could always add. You could and should always add it to your own YouTube as well. Yeah, cool. Yeah, because your asset, you've paid for it. So
the only thing we haven't done is it's not on the webpage. Oh no, it might be on the webpage now, but it wasn't on the webpage. That was the last thing we did.
Yeah, and so it is, and so that's the beautiful for us perspective. Whilst there is some uniqueness, this does tie it into our model, right? So. Oh, this is the guys, this is the right one, you know what I mean? So there's by straight away putting the ads and you'll put the next one, or if it's relative to this page or somewhere else, you put it on the other page. It's relative to somewhere else, right? So cool. Yeah. Awesome.
So it is a year we started talking about all this again.
Well, that's true, but
Well, anyway, we got there.
well, there's a lot of things that have happened in the year, isn't there?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at you.
Yeah, no, there's a lot. So yeah, we'll see how we've got 3 more. The next one's better than this one too.
Is it? This one's pretty cool. So there you go.
The next one, the loader blows up and breaks in half.
It's gonna, yeah. So, what's the competition like for this?
Oh, there's none.
Yeah, right. So it's
Yeah,
pretty
there's no other
exciting then.
product on the market.
Did you finish up? You were sort of saying that people have been sniffing around a little bit with Stabilize. Is that still happening? Any competitors there? Because that's more competitive, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's still 2 competitors in that space. Then they're just still ticking along as well.
Mm.
So we've got I don't know, Stabilizer's been a little bit neglected, but it's we've got a lot of new features coming out for that too. We've got bank feeds now, so that's exciting.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, you'll have a lot of stuff for Stabilize in the next few months.
Awesome. Yeah, I've sort of got the 2 people that are sort of interested that can at least observe what's there is Anthony, who's our sport slash marketer, and then Hannah, who's our fashions slash marketer, sort of for the fashions on the field type stuff. So they both have got a line of sight to Stabilize, and because you'd mentioned at some stage around the fact that they can actually use it for potentially Facebook and Twitter, I think you said as well, right? So to post, yeah. So yeah, at some point, as you said, that might be a discussion that we talked about that 2 years ago.
But how are your masks going? We're still sending them out as each state goes into mask thing.
Oh yeah, you keep sending ours. I sent mine all out immediately. Basically, I sent them out ultimately to marketers and to clients. Basically, yeah. So
I don't have many left. I think there's 5.
they're done. It's more how are we going with Martin. So Martin's been busy himself with different things, and so yeah, we just keep ticking along.
Yeah.
But we do work with a very big branding mob now in Sydney. So they work with the likes of Google and YouTube and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. It makes no difference to us in that they're just using our normal model as a small business, but they're a much higher.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you would have seen that on ours, but he just gave a testimony on our social media around working with us, by comparison to others and that sort of stuff. I guess we're becoming very clear about what we do and what it enables, right? So, yours. So by way of it helps us educate others. So something like this video is good for us to be able to say, look, unless you're doing something like this, the expectations is you're going to get hundreds of reach and maybe tens of engagement, right? But once you start promoting, then clearly it's exponential for something like this is what the expectation is. And so that's what we've sort of started to move to say to people is that, the return on investment with us is about how many people are seeing posts, how many people are engaging with posts, and then how many people are actually visiting the website. Where then people start asking us around conversions and, sales, then we're sort of starting to say, well, you might want to have a conversation over here around your ads, because then Reach Local could start looking at other things around Google search and ads and that sort of stuff too. So, but again, it's for that much higher type client, which isn't, we were saying this morning because we meet all of us together on Monday, less than 20% of our normal clients would be looking at that sort of service, right? Is because that's a much, most of the people in BNI are sole traders or micro business. So, realistically, the idea of spending hundreds on ads every month isn't, it's something they might move towards, but it's not something they currently do. So. Yeah.
Oh, the other thing with this one is I'm going to give it to CR Kennedy to post as well, and their social channels are quite big.
Cool. Yeah, so get them to share it across. Yeah, if they haven't already. Cool. Awesome.
Right.
Good work. Good luck. Better make sure we see you before you have an addition to the family then. Yeah.
I don't know when that's coming. Hopefully it's not early.
Within the next 9 weeks by the sounds.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Joe.
See ya.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya. I'm gonna stop